Enterprise AI is accelerating so fast, but can you prove that every change, decision, or configuration on your ServiceNow instance is being regulated in real time? Here to have this conversation with me is Damien, who leads product at xtype.
Hey,
Damien,
Jordan.
welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks, Jordan.
It's so great to be with you here today. We're going to have a bit of a conversation, and I really want to talk about what are some of the common breaking points that naturally push customers towards xtype.
So some of the breaking points that push customers towards xtype is just basically any mature ServiceNow customer, typically in a highly regulated environment, if they're having slow time to value, they're having problems with developers not being able to develop on cloned instances, those are the type of problems that we hear that xtype is being brought into.
And how do you navigate customers who are dealing with a lot of regulation, a lot of compliance? Maybe they're needing some internal or they have external auditors. How are you navigating some of those conversations?
So what we typically find in highly regulated environments, let's use financial services or pharmaceuticals, healthcare, for example, they're running a lot of industry regulations, and some of those regulators require them to prove separation of duties, admin access controls, sometimes for 3 or more years. xtype can help with that because we can see, control, and prove every change across their entire ServiceNow estate.
Well, that is incredible because you really need to be able to see, change, or prove every change that's happened across that entire ServiceNow estate to your exact point.
Yeah.
So as we're looking at this, I recently saw a conversation on LinkedIn. It was with a major financial services firm, and essentially I saw some pretty incredible numbers. It was from 76% to 100% success, and also a 42% increase in deployments. Can you talk to us a bit more about what inspired this?
I absolutely can, and we're actually dealing with 3 of the 4 largest banks across the United States, right?
Wow.
And the particular case study you're referencing was all based on the fact that they were able to push changes to production faster with much more confidence because they could deploy safely. And I go back to what I said about being able to observe, control, and prove every change, every update set, every configuration item across the entire estate. It means that developers are no longer waiting for safe environments to be able to push those changes to production, and that's where we're able to see those metrics that were realized.
So as you're speaking with customers then, how are you better preparing them for those conversations? And as you're also looking at teams into the future, how can they better prepare for all the governance and compliance implications that are about to take place?
Well, we know, we've seen it here at Knowledge, that AI is letting developers develop a lot faster. And the problem is that some of the governance, though, is not keeping up pace. And governance itself is not a problem, it's not slowing teams down, but manual governance is. And that's where xtype, again, can help with that automated governance that allows teams to meet those AI demands and the demands of the business so much faster.
So what are some of the main things that you would love to have learned earlier on, whether you're on a ServiceNow team, whether it's customers that work with you at xtype? What is something that you would say, this is the nugget of wisdom I would leave you with?
I think some of the teams we talk to say, we'd wish we'd treated ServiceNow like a single estate earlier. The beauty of ServiceNow and the problem with ServiceNow is it's just such a broad platform. When I was at ServiceNow many years ago, it was just a single ticketing tool, and it's grown into such a beast now that there's just so much capability available. And if customers now treat it as a single estate across production, across dev, QA, pre-prod, that's really where they should start thinking about before they start adopting faster.
Which is huge. And Damien, I just have to make this plug. I believe that you've been at 14 Knowledges, is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's my 9th in Vegas, right?
9th in Las Vegas, and you've survived each one of them, brighter and better than the last.
I don't know about brighter, but...
Can you tell us, what is one thing that you are most excited about being on the Expo Hall this year?
So being on the Expo Hall, I think we can see the surroundings around us, like the ecosystem, the community, it's just vibrant. There's so many partners here with service offerings, with solutions like ourselves, and the market opportunity is just huge. So,
well,
great.
And we couldn't do it without partners like xtype. So Damien, thank you so much for joining me here on the broadcast. And with that,
thank you.
Thank you for the conversation.